welcome to Mental Moments, where small changes can have lasting ripples. Today and this week, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite topics, procrastination, the subtle art of putting things off. Okay, it's normal. Most of us, I would say all of us, but I'll just say the majority of us have procrastinated. We have put something off, and they say 1 in 5 people are chronic procrastinators. Okay, so what's the difference between a chronic procrastinator and an occasional procrastinator? And what is procrastination? And what does that have to do with mental health? Okay, what is procrastination? Putting stuff off. Now, it can be things like putting off little work projects around the house, work projects at work. It can be put off health, appointments and dealing with health, these things. So there's a lot of things that putting off. It's just this, I know I need to get this done and I'm not doing it. Okay, now, first step is to assess your own procrastination levels and habits. Oh my gosh, looking at those habits. So take a moment and jot down, when do I procrastinate? Do I notice a theme? Is it stuff at work? Do I prioritize Netflix binge watching over cleaning the garage and mowing the yard? What are those habits? Look for themes. Are you forgetting? Some people find themselves in a job that they are starting to dislike for certain various reasons and find them procrastinating. Now, in a course that I teach on procrastination, I have a procrastinating scale, which can be very helpful to figuring out those habits. And now, what does procrastination have to do with mental health? Well, they're strongly correlated. They're not cause. So science words here, correlated means they happen together. It's sort of like salt comes with pepper. They're not necessarily, salt doesn't cause pepper and pepper doesn't cause salt, but we tend to have them together. So that's the same thing. Procrastination tends to be strongly correlated or happen at the same time of so-called mental health issues. Now, I say so-called because I subscribe to the dis-ease model. Most of things that's going on in so-called mental health diagnosis is response to life's issues, not a response to some chemical imbalance in the brain or some other medical mumbo jumbo. And if you want to know more about how I feel about that, you can look at my blog on, disease model and lies in my blogs in morejoyfullife.com. So not going to go into much of that now, but just to say that these things tend to go together. In fact, most people that come into counseling, one of the things when we do our goals for counseling, number one is I wish to stop procrastinating. And that can be a real issue, especially if those procrastinating are of the chronic. And what is chronic? Chronic means you're putting off stuff that's really important. Let's say you got a diagnosis for diabetes, and yet you haven't made any changes, and you're continuing to eat whatever you're eating, drinking whatever you're drinking, and you put off making these lifestyle changes. Now that could be life-threatening. Or you're putting off things that are important to your relationships or to work, something where this procrastination is going to cost you. And that's this first step. Assess, assess, assess. Look at those habits. Look at when are you procrastinating and how important are those tasks that you are putting off. If they're really, really important and you really want them to get done and you're not doing them, there is something in the way. And this week, we're going to talk about those things that can get in the way. All right, thank you. And stay tuned for another exciting episode on procrastination.